Welcome back to the Reinventing series by C.Harper. And what we're aiming to do here is to provide you with some solutions to reinvent yourself, to walk fully in your purpose. And it does come with a price. And so in the past couple of weeks, we've spoke about changes, choices, having a creative mind, your family. Now we're talking about freedom. And let me tell you something about this word freedom. Freedom is kind of an ambiguous terminology because what it means to you, it doesn't necessarily mean to the next person. And if you've never been enslaved or jailed, you might look at freedom a little differently. You know, there's a scripture that says, "He who the Son sets free is free indeed." And that gift, that's out of John 8:36. And that text is referring to, one, the gift of salvation, and two, a free gift from God. That's what it is, a free gift from God. Well, biblically, Joseph, John the Baptist, and Paul the Apostle were falsely imprisoned. They were imprisoned for something that they did not do. Well, we all have a freedom story. We all have something that we got caught up in, that we got accused of we didn't do. And I'm telling you, to be encapsulated by someone else's mindset or someone else's belief, and they put yourself in a position where you lose your freedom is not good. Let me tell you my embarrassing freedom story. When I went through a divorce, I finally got in my possession a vehicle that I once shared with my ex-spouse. And in sharing that vehicle, the tags had expired. And so I drove the vehicle around, which I was responsible for. And one day I received a ticket. And that ticket cost me. I had to go to jail. And for 8 hours, I was in jail over a ticket. Now, I was very fortunate or blessed because I had just gone to the bank and withdrew $300. And that was exactly what it took for me to bail myself out of the jail. But I lost my freedom for 8 hours. And having to ride in a paddy wagon, be talked down to by a judge who was mean as a Texas rattlesnake, being in a little cell where people were regurgitating, everybody was saying, "I'm not guilty." To lose my freedom for 8 hours was absolutely devastating. And so I say to you about freedom, you know, temporarily losing it can be something you don't want to get. It'll make you appreciate being free. And Stephen Covey wrote, he said, every human has 4 endowments: self-awareness, conscious, independent will, and creative imagination. These give us the ultimate human freedom. We have the power to choose, to respond, and to change. Don't take your freedom for granted. And you know, the word freedom is just a 2-syllable word, but it's very ambiguous because to me it means one thing and to you it means another. And you have to ask yourself about liberty and independence and without restraint and the right to choose. That's how we tend to view freedom. And some would say that there are 2 kinds of freedom: freedom to and freedom from. You see, freedom from bondage or entrapments like drugs and imprisonment, bad relationships. This freedom is physical and it's subjective and it's relative. Then you have to think about the freedom to speak or write or anything of that liking. And on the other hand, that freedom is a mental freedom. It's objective and absolute. Both are emancipating and they release power without restrictions. Neither one of them should have the right to infringe upon someone else. You having a right to have a gun does not give you the right to shoot someone. So when you're talking about walking in your purpose, you need to understand you have the freedom to do so. It is something that you must exercise. It's something that you must generate. You must appreciate being free. There are people who are not free, who do not have the opportunity to walk in freedom like you and I do. And so you're set free. Take advantage of it. Walk in your freedom without limits. Don't be ignorant. Don't ignore the fact that you have the ability to come and go, that you live in a country that's free. You know, what is freedom? Is it worth the fight? Then fight for your purpose. You decide. You make it personal. And by all means, make it necessary.